Live on Your Sideline is sponsored by Side & Stricker Nobi John Deere.
The St. Louis Cardinals have officially opened spring training play, and the Blues take the road ahead of the NHL trade deadline on Monday. Welcome into 5 on Your Sideline. I am Hannah Yates.
I'm Corey Miller. It's a huge weekend, Hannah, for sports in St. Louis area. High school hoops championships, local kids in action in March Madness, and of course Cards and Blues like you just said. But we're going to start with the high school kids though. Hannah, you're up first.
All right, one of the big games for the boys, Justin Tatum and CBC facing Nixa. In the second quarter, Robert Martin drops a three to give CBC a 2-point lead. Then Larry Hughes Jr. comes in with speed for the layup to give the Cadets a 31-27 lead at halftime. In the second half, CBC goes down low for two, misses, and there's Big John.
Oh, you know that was
going
to happen.
There for the dunk, and that does it. CBC wins 68-51 for their 7th basketball title. The Cadets' second crown this year, with football winning this past fall.
Congrats to them, a great team for sure. Another great team. Class 6 girls title game. Incarnate Word facing Kickapoo. They're looking to go 29-0, capture their 5th straight title. Here's their first basket of the game. Nice drive from Sanaya Tyler. Incarnate goes up, they would never lose that lead. Look at this ball movement. Natalie Potts, she's going to be the one who finishes that off. And the Red Knights finish it off. They complete a perfect season. They win 67-50. That's their 5th straight title in a row and 12th overall. That's what a dynasty looks like, folks.
Wow, undefeated. The Class 5 boys state semis, Webster Groves facing 2-time defending champ Cardinal Ritter. Webster's star of the show, Matt Enright, takes this one in himself, driving the net and finds the bucket for a 30-22 lead at halftime. Ritter responds as you'd expect. That's Clayton Jackson who hits the triple and takes a 3-point lead. This game comes down to the wire. Giannis Farinetto hits a three himself. Ritter goes up for a layup, but it's not enough as the Statesmen upset the Lions 60-57 to advance to the finals for the first time since 2018.
What a great game there. Now to the Class 4 defending champs. Vashon facing New Madrid County Central. Don't leave Kennard Davis Jr. open. They do here, and he hits that shot for 3. Vashon, they trailed early though, but it wouldn't be for long. Nice fast break. Trey Williams is going to finish this one off. Vashon would get the 48-39 win. They advance, and they're going to get the chance to win their 3rd state title in a row.
What a game. The Webster Groves girls team also in the Class 5 state tournament facing defending champ Whitfield in the semis today. In the second quarter, Janila Bush hits the 3-point jumper for a 25-17 Whitfield lead into halftime. Ellie Palachek came to play though. She drives the net and one to cut Webster's deficit. Bush was unstoppable though. She hits her 6th triple of the day, 24 points in that game as Whitfield wins their 16th straight game. Final score 55-42 as they head back to the finals.
Whitfield, fun team to watch in person, let me tell you. In the Class 4 girls state semis, John Burroughs facing St. James. Here's Allie Turner. That's good for 3, and the Bombers get out to a 14-0 lead to start the game. They keep their foot on the pedal. This is going to be Celia Thayer. That's another 3, and John Burroughs wins 51-37. They advance to the final, where they could bring home their first girls hoops title in state history. Congrats to the Bombers.
Nashville High School basketball coach Patrick Weathers took over the program this season, and he wasn't sure what to expect. 9 of his players missed practice at the start of season because they were on a run for a football title and ultimately lost in the state finals. After also losing in the basketball finals in 2019, this upperclassmen group was starving for a title. They had one last chance in 2022, and they'd leave it all on the court. On Saturday, Nashville defeated Monticello in overtime by 1 point to win a state basketball title for the first time since 1978. Weathers says it's a story that will live on forever in their town.
Having that mindset, never give up, and just the resiliency and the poise that these kids showed in really big moments and coming up with clutch plays down the stretch. I can't say how proud I am, especially these 7 seniors. I don't think it's quite sunk in yet how long people are going to talk about it, but these kids did something really special.
Nashville is a sports crazy town. Congrats to the Hornets. Coming up, we're going to go down to Jupiter and our Ahmad Hicks for the latest from Cardinals camp. We'll also spotlight some of our local hoop stars in action in the NCAA tournament. It was dicey for a while, but we made it. We got to watch the St. Louis Cardinals play baseball today. And they gave us some fun moments against the Astros down in Jupiter. Adam Wainwright on the mound against Justin Verlander, and do not adjust your TV sets. It is not 2006. Here's a ho-hum platinum glove play from Nolan Arenado to kick off the season. No biggie, just standard from Nolan. He get in on the offense as well. 2 RBI hit to put the Cards up over the Astros early. Andrew Kisner had the biggest blast of the day, though. He's going to hit a 2-run bomb to left field that leaves the stadium by quite a bit. Cardinals go on to win 4-2 to begin their Grapefruit League schedule, and our Ahmad Hicks has the latest Cardinals report from Roger Dean Stadium.
Welcome back to Jupiter, Florida, where a lot is going on right now with the St. Louis Cardinals. We'll start with the bad news. Jack Flaherty, the Cardinals starter, he's going to miss at least a couple of months, is what one Cardinal official told me after they received word he has a tear in his right throwing shoulder. They gave him a PRP injection, and they're going to let him rest for 2 weeks, no throwing, then reevaluate him. They believe he will be able to play later on this season. As for the good news, newly acquired outfielder Corey Dickerson, he's here in Jupiter, Florida, and Yadier Molina, the Cardinals legend, he's expected to return on Monday. He's been dealing with personal reasons back home, and new skipper Ali Marmol says he would not go into details about what he's dealing with because he wanted to be sensitive towards the situation, but he said he expects Yadi to be back and ready to go for opening day. Right now, though, he says they miss his presence in the locker room.
He's the type of guy that walks into a room and the room gets better because he's in it. So he's got a huge influence as to what that looks like.
As for that game, though, the Cardinals won 4-2, and trusty Adam Wainwright got the start. 2 innings for him, only 1 earned run and 1 strikeout, plus he was in midseason form after the game, talking about 1 pitch that he let get away. That guy, he's always hard on himself, but you know one person he wasn't hard on? Yadi's replacement, Andrew Kisner. He raved about what he brings to this lineup.
Seems like he's had a great attitude about everything. We really appreciate him in there. His attitude is great. He's always the happy-go-lucky, funny guy, keeping everything. Sometimes you got to knock him in the head for saying something corny or whatever, but he's a guy who keeps it really light in there and has a great attitude.
And speaking about positives, listen to what the Cardinals players had to say about their new skipper, Oliver Marmol. One player said, "We love him and we can't wait to play for him."
I love Ollie. He's earned this position, I think.
Well, I love Ollie. He's got a calming presence. He's always prepared. He expects us to be grown men. I mean, just go take care of your business, and then I'll leave you alone. I mean, that's all he expects from us, and then I love that. And we really respond well to that. I feel, just go about your business, and he'll take care of us.
Sounds like the Cardinals got their man. They return to action in Port St. Lucie on Sunday, taking on the Mets. That'll do it for me now, though, in Jupiter, Florida, with photographer Tom Stasiak. I'm Ahmad Hicks.
All right, Ahmad, thank you so much. In other baseball news, former Cardinal Matt Carpenter is going back to his Texas roots. According to The Athletic's Ken Rosenthal, the Galveston native has signed a minor league deal with the Texas Rangers for 2022. And Lafayette grad and former Cardinal Luke Voit is on the move, too. The New York Yankees traded Voit to the San Diego Padres today in exchange for a pitching prospect. Voit is expected to DH in San Diego.
St. Louis Blues are focused on fixing the intangibles on the ice. We hear from Craig Berube coming up next.
We're now 3 days away from the NHL trade deadline. The final stretch of 25 games is the most important time for a team to find its groove ahead of the postseason. For the Blues, they're still looking to find consistency moving forward. They sit at second in the Central, so there's no reason to panic. But players made remarks about the team's struggle to play a full 60 minutes of hockey following their second straight loss past regulation. Blues head coach Craig Berube says they have to fix the intangibles on the ice.
For me, it's all work ethic and compete. That's it. That's what it really boils down to. This time of year, if you're not, working for 60 minutes and competing, every shift matters. And if you don't, you got to. That's what's important.
We only have one regional team to follow in the NCAA tournament this year, but we have more than our fair share of local talent in the big dance, too. Let's check in on how our connections are doing in the first weekend. First up, our team, the Fighting Illini. Due to NCAA rules, we can't show you their highlights tonight, but these pictures tell the story. 13 seed Chattanooga led for all but just about 30 seconds in the game, But that's all Illinois needed. The Belleville kid Malachi Smith missed a game-winning shot at the buzzer, and Illinois escapes with a 54-53 win. Kofi Coburn had 17 points and 12 rebounds to lead the Illini as they move on to the second round.
Now, how about Belleville's E.J. Liddell this morning against Loyola and Sister Jean? There was no first-round upset for Liddell and the Buckeyes this year. He led all scorers with 16 points, and Ohio State won 54-41 to advance to the next round.
Good for E.J. Former Vashon and Mizzou guard Mario McKinney Jr. helped New Mexico State against 5-seeded UConn last night. McKinney had 2 points and 3 rebounds as the 12-seed Aggies pulled off the upset to advance to the second round.
Trinity Catholic alum Ryan Kalkbrenner was having a good game for Creighton in their 72-69 overtime victory last night against San Diego State. Kalkbrenner had 16 points and 10 rebounds before hurting what appeared to be his left knee. We found out today that he'll be out for the rest of the tournament. Wishing a very quick recovery to him, as you would expect.
Definitely want to see him back on the court. Hannah, I'm so happy baseball is back. We're going to have lots of good stuff from Ahmad Hicks this weekend down in Jupiter.
Absolutely. So be sure to join us for that, as well as some of the state tournament coverage. All of that is all of our time for 5 on Your Sideline. We leave you with a very special father-son moment for David Prawn.
In his career. It's a family affair for the Perrons tonight.